As some of you may already know, alchemy in Morrowind is broken. Here's the easy way to become a god amongst men and mer at level 1. So just as a disclaimer, nothing in this video is by any stretch of the imagination new knowledge. People have been doing this since the game released back in 2002. But I wanted to make my more up-to-date video using Open Morrowind, because there's been a sort of resurgence of Morrowind memes recently, and I'll do anything I can to get people to experience this amazing game for the first time. And also, I wouldn't recommend doing this as your first playthrough. Obviously, play how you want to, but I would kind of recommend playing this game normally the first time around, kind of fumbling around in the dark. So that's the best way to experience any game first off, if you ask me. So first thing you're going to want to do is give yourself a hilarious name. So as you can see, I'm doing this at level 1. I wouldn't recommend doing it at level 1 because the more gold you have, the more overpowered you'll become. But I'm going to show you how to get enough gold to at least start off the process. But if you've played Morrowind for any amount of time, you know that getting gold isn't an issue. So you can do this as any character, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to quickly make a dark elf, because I'm not going to be anybody's Noir. I think a good build would be to pick Breton and then go under the sign of the Atronach. So we just need to talk to this guy, and as I say, do this with any class. If you want to become super overpowered, probably I would pick either Breton or Altmer under the sign, the Apprentice or the Atronach. Atronach's a bit more difficult, but it is a bit more overpowered if you know how to do it. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to go for Assassin, and I'm going to go for the Steed sign. The reason for this is so I can run a lot faster. Now for the first bit of gold, this isn't really news to anybody, but you can steal this limeware platter. But when you steal it, make sure you immediately drop it on the floor. He'll give you a telling off, but then you can pick it up. So now we're going to go ahead and head to Balmora.
What was that?
Then we can head over here and quickly get into the Mages Guild. Let's go straight ahead. And you're going to want to speak to this lady in here, Mussolini Marion. So we're going to travel to Caldera, first of all.
Anytime now.
What assistance do
Just head straight down, straight through this reinforced wooden door. And if you head straight up, there is a full set of alchemical apparatus, just right for the taking. Don't worry about anything else on the table, you won't really need it. Just head out of here and head straight to this building over here. So not only is one of the best merchants in the game located here, but there is also a good amount of orcish armor. So if you just head straight up here and insert this back crate, you can take all of this orcish gear and they will react as if you have done something illegal.
Surrender yourself.
But if you look at your bounty, it's still 0. So they don't really care that you've taken it. So the reason that Creeper is such a good merchant is because he has 5,000 in his bank and he buys everything at full price. No matter how much persuasion level you have with him. So we're going to go ahead and sell this orcish stuff. Don't sell over 5,000, so sell 4,560. And if we wait 24 hours, he'll get his money back. And then you can just sell these. So there you go, we've got 6,740 gold. And with that, we can just head straight back out of here. So just head back to the Mages Guild, turn left, go up here, go around the corner and speak to Amelia. And then we want to go to Sadrith Mora. Now, the merchant that is in here is going to be absolutely vital for breaking the game.
So what's this regard?
So we just want to head to the Wolverine Hall down here, down the stairs, straight ahead. Turn to the left as soon as you get in here, and then speak to this guy, Orneus Ortrus. Now, an exploit or quirk, if you want to call it that, in Morrowind is that merchants in this game sometimes have items that restock to the maximum amount that they had. So, for example, if I was to buy 5 of these bloats, I would buy them, go back onto the menu, and he'd still have another 5 because he restocks to the max amount that he's ever had. So if you were to sell those again and make it 10, he will then restock up to 10 because he always restocks up to the maximum amount that he's ever had. So what we want to do is buy the bloats and ash yams here. So to showcase my point, what I'm going to do is buy these 5 bloats. And if we're going to barter again, you can see that he's got the 5 bloats back. So, by selling them these 5 bloats back, he now has a maximum of 10 bloats. Okay? But if we buy these 10 bloats, because he restocks back to the maximum amount, he's got 10, and we've got 10. So by doing this, we can easily multiply his stock, essentially getting all the ingredients that we'd ever need. So go ahead and keep doing this and multiply his stock until you have around, let's say 200. And then we can do the same with ash yams because he also restocks on those. What we want to do is head back to the Wolverine Hall, up the stairs. Okay, you come in here and you want to turn to your left to speak to Iniel. We're going to travel and go back to Balmora.
So what do you want?
So we can use that merchant trick here for hound meat and crab meat to get an insane amount of gold. So what we're going to do is just get 5 of these, 5 of these. I'm just going to get 30 of each of these because of my carry weight. And now we're ready to start. So welcome back to Binging with Nerevarine. We've got everything that we need here, all our alchemical equipment. The bloats that we bought, the ash yams, hound meat, and crab meat. So all you need to do is click on any of this alchemy equipment, and then click on yourself. And then we're going to start with ash yams and bloat. And you can see it gets a fortified attribute intelligence potion. I'm going to create one. If it doesn't create first time, if it says potion failed or anything like that, just keep clicking create until it finally makes one. And then we're going to take this. You can see it fortifies our intelligence by 13 points for 32 seconds. So we drink that. And every time we drink one of those, it fortifies our intelligence so we can make better potions. So just repeat this process. So if it says your potion failed down there, just keep clicking create until you've made one. We want to make them one at a time. So now you can see how it's gone up to 14 points for 34 seconds. Drink one of these. Well, I might as well drink both of those since I've made 2. And basically, you just continuously repeat this process. You want to do it one at a time, but you can be lazy and kind of do like, I don't know, like 10 at a time. But if you are patient enough to do this one at a time, every time, you will see the best results. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep doing this and show you where we get to. So at the moment we're at 121 intelligence, and we'll see how much intelligence we have after this. So now we're down to 30 of each ingredient. Our intelligence has gone up to 30,000, which it's a little bit more than what we started with. For these last 30, we are going to turn them into the fortified attribute intelligence potions, but we're not going to use these ones. So let's go ahead and create 30. And you want to go ahead and store these somewhere. So if you ever want to repeat this process, you can pretty much pick up from where you left off rather than having to start the whole process again. So with this newfound intelligence, we can also use this hound meat and crab meat to make potions of restore fatigue, which will have some very decent value to them. You can see here, they sell each 3,713. So might as well just make all of these because the ingredients to make these are very, very cheap anyway. And with that, you've pretty much done it. You have become a god in Morrowind with this much intelligence. Keep these potions on you and just sell them to Creeper anytime you need some gold. Store these potions somewhere and just take them. If you want to do this exploit again, what I would recommend doing is storing these, going back to Sadrith Mora and speaking to that merchant and getting more bloats and yams and then repeating the process. You can go as high as you want with this intelligence. The higher you go, it increases exponentially, so the more intelligence you have, the more powerful your potions, so it just gets crazy high. It gets to crazy high amounts. So what can you do with this newly found intelligence? Well, most of the fun in that is finding things out for yourself, finding out what crazy potions that you can make. But I will show you a couple that we can make just to get the creative juices flowing. So we want to speak back to Massalini here and travel and go back to Sadrith Mora. I want to speak to this guy.
I suppose it is my duty to help
To
those
Samiriel.
less fortunate than myself.
Go to barter, and then we're going to buy Racer Plumes and Trauma Root. This guy restocks on these, so you can always come back here. That will make a potion of levitate. So let's go and do that now. So let's make a couple of those. And we'll travel back to Balmora.
Care to tell me what this is about?
Then we'll take our potions of levitate. Where are they? Yeah. There you go. So you can sort of travel the length of breadth of Morrowind in a few seconds. This is by no means the most powerful potion that you can create using this method. I only went up to around 30,000 intelligence, so you can keep going and see what other ridiculous combinations of potions that you can make. If you make ones such as Fortify Willpower, you can then speak to anybody in the Mages Guild, buy out the spells, go into spell making, and create just ridiculously powerful spells. Then also create powerful potions of Restore Magicka, so that you never run out of mana while casting those spells. So if this video has helped you out, or if you like the video, then please consider giving it a like and subscribing. It really helps me out. I also stream most days at twitch.tv/nullNOVA. You can catch me playing Morrowind or a lot of my other favourite games. So if you ever want to drop by, that'll be much appreciated. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.